I'm recording this right now at like 1 in the morning of February 13, but I'm sure that I'm gonna be posting this video Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's or whatever. Who says I'm counting down to Valentine's Day like it's the new year? My life is not that sad. So what if I don't have a relationship when I can be in the company of books? Okay, so my life is just a tiny bit sad, but you know, who cares? Right, happy Valentine's Day to me, or whatever. Today I'm gonna be doing one of my most favorite things to do, which would be unboxing a book haul. These two purchases I've made over a week ago. And these two boxes got delivered on the same day. They're from the Big Bad Wolf at Lazada. So yeah, why don't we start with this one? So if you haven't watched my previous book haul videos, let me just say that number one, I really suck at discussing synopsis of books, and number two, I hate spoilers. So what I do is always to just read the plot synopsis once before buying a book. I decide whether I like it or not, and then the moment that I check it out and purchase it until it gets delivered to me, I erase it completely from my mind so that I could still go into a book blindly as much as possible. So what I do is that I take down some notes about the interesting points about the premise of the book, so that I could still justify what made the purchase irresistible. Right, so the first book, this is such an interesting cover, don't you think? Yeah, I bought it for exactly that reason. And also the title, How to Set a Fire and Why by Jessie Ball. Lucia, a girl from a dysfunctional household, is kicked out of school again. She joins her new school's arson club. Hence the cover. But really, the book cover is just so pretty. I don't know. Like a box of matches. And also, one of the selling points why I picked this book is because there's a blurb here from Emily St. John Mandel, which, as everyone already knows by now, is the author of Station 11. I love that book, and she says that this is a rare and startling work. Days after I read it, I find that I can stop thinking about it. And what I've realized is that this is a book I will not forget. This is a harrowing, subtle, and absolutely electrifying novel. I always think that I wouldn't be having time for contemporary YA anymore, but time and time again, I always gravitate to this genre. So, on to the second book. Still Life with a Tornado by one of my all-time favorite authors, A.S. King. Still Life with Tornado is an emotional contemporary YA as well. The things that I've noted here: I'm 16 years old. I'm a human being. Actually, Sarah is several human beings at once, and only one of them is 16. So I just had a quick scan of my shelf, and Reality Boy is my first ever A.S. King book, and it's still one of my favorites, even though not a lot of people love this, but I don't know, I just can't seem to get over this book. And then Everybody Sees the Ants, which is a lot of people's favorite, and some people think it's one of A.S. King's best work. And then the most recent one, which is one of the books that I have included on my best books of the year last year. It's Gloria O'Brien's History of the Future. And then I have bought Dig in one of my book hauls last year. I have purchased this book, and I'm planning to read this year. And I don't know, it's just so exciting that I have a follow-up right away. It's Still Life with Tornado and Dig, two A.S. King books to look forward to this year. And I think these two are some of the most critically acclaimed A.S. King novels. So yeah, if you ask me what true love looks like, this is how it looks like to me. This is how you know that you have really fallen head over heels for an author. Third book. Oh, this one is thick. Oh. This book is really big. The Glasstown Game by Valente. Right, so Glasstown Game is a middle grade fantasy, and the plot is, I think these are the characters of this book. Charlotte and Emily Bronte must enter the fantasy world they've created in order to rescue their siblings. This is a magical celebration of authorship, creativity, and classic literature. Oh, that's why. Isn't that so intriguing? I know that she's really popular for her middle grade fantasy works. I've never read one though. This is gonna be my first Catherine M. Valente work, and I'm so excited. Well, actually, a quick edit on that. Correction. Good thing I recall this right away while I'm recording this video. I've actually already read one of her works before, so many years ago. This is a short story, science fiction short story collection featuring many writers, and she's one of these. I've read one of her short stories here. This is a science fiction collection, and the title is The Future is Japanese. And I know that I remember her on this book because her story is one of my favorites in this collection. This makes me so happy because this year I am particularly rediscovering my love for middle grade books. I used to not like them that much before, but I read some really great middle grade reads this year, so I'm feeling confident that this is gonna be one of them. It's Catherine M. Valente, of course, so. Final book on this box. Fortune Smiles by Adam Johnson. Adam Johnson is a Pulitzer Prize winning author, so that's one of the factors why I pick up this book. This is a collection of 6 short stories about love, loss, natural disasters, the influence of technology and how the political shapes the personal. And of course, the logo on the book itself says that this is a National Book Award winner. The reason why I gravitate or lean towards books that are shortlisted or nominated or has won a prize or any kind of award from an award-giving body or institution is not just for mere prestige. Not just because they're handpicked or selected, curated by so-called literary experts or literary critics. Not just that. I would like to read them because being shortlisted or nominated or winning a literary award means the story has discussed or touched on some profound, relevant, and timely issues. So that's what I'm looking forward to on this one. So these are the 4 books that we have for this first box from the Big Bad Wolf. They're all hardbacks for such good price. And now we're moving on to the second box. Why am I doing acrobatics? I was scared there for a minute because I thought I have damaged the books. So that's probably the purpose of these things. Right, so first book for this package. This is 20 Fragments of a Ravenous Youth by Xiaolu Guo. Xiaolu Guo is the author of a concise Chinese-English dictionary for lovers. I've been wanting to get a copy of that book. But anyway, 20 Fragments of a Ravenous Youth. This is about a contemporary coming of age. This is a contemporary coming of age. An ambitious young woman who leaves the sweet potato fields of her province and travels to urban Beijing, where she lands a job as a film extra for unimportant passerby roles. A glimpse of China's communist identity and issues of sexism and seeking independence. I've written quite a lot about this book. Honestly, I do have a very complex reasoning as to why this book called out to me, or why I feel particularly drawn to its plot. Let me ramble on for a little bit, okay? You know how some people actively dislike the fame trope in genres or in fiction? They don't like reading about celebrities or stars, about Hollywood, you know, all the glitz and glamour. They don't like the flashy, superficial lives of these people, which, you know, I respect that. You go ahead and avoid the books that you don't want to read, and then you read the books that you want to read. Go ahead and do that. As for me, however, I do like the fame trope. I like it. I like reading books about famous, popular people. I like reading fictional plots that are about celebrities, about Hollywood, all that stuff. But as much as I'm invested and curious about fame, I am just likewise invested and curious about people who doesn't have the luxury of being in the limelight, but who somehow aspires to be. This is gonna be completely off tangent, but spare me a little bit, okay? Indulge me. If we're talking about the Philippine setting, what comes to mind would be that indie film titled 6 Degrees of Separation from Lilia Contapay. Do I even remember the title right? 6 Degrees from Lilia Contapay, something like that. If you're from the Philippines, you know her, right? Probably not her name, but her face is definitely familiar because she's a staple. She's quintessential in a lot of Filipino horror movies for some reason. And that indie film was about her life, her career as a professional horror film extra, and how she's preparing for an award that she's gonna be receiving. And then there's another indie film titled Extra, and it is starred by Vilma Santos, which, as everyone knows, she's the star for all seasons in the Philippines. She's a veteran Filipina actress who is not only queen when she does Filipino soap operas or teleseries, she is also queen of box office during her time. So I don't know. It's just so fascinating that she accepted that role as an extra, or the indie film is about an extra, and I love it when veteran actors and actresses really finds time to commit themselves into an indie film opportunity because it flexes their acting skills more. I don't know. I mean, even in anime, in one of my all-time favorite animes, perhaps my favorite anime of all time, which is Haikyuu, there were a lot of moments there that are devoted to people that are on the sidelines. In season 1, I can't recall if it's episode 14, 15, or 16, but the title is Winners and Losers. And I just love it so much that there's a monologue there by one of the members of the opponent team that Karasuno fought on one of their first matches. And this character was having an internal monologue where he's gazing at Karasuno, and he says something along the lines of, if these guys are the main characters, then that must mean that we're just extras. And then it follows, or it's followed by a montage of, you know, athletes who lose in matches. And then there's even that one episode in season 2 by the adorable Yachi, where there was an entire episode where she contemplates about being or feeling most of her life like she's a villager bee because she feels like she's not passionate enough. I just love Haikyuu so much. If you haven't watched it, why? And then most recently, we have watched this Ryan Reynolds movie. The title is Free Guy. It's so fun. It, you know, like with any other Ryan Reynolds film, which is always a guaranteed entertaining show. His role here is an NPC character. He's an NPC character at a video game. It's hilarious. So yeah, back to the book. Sorry I rambled on, but I love it that this book is about someone who has a lot of ambition, who even went to the city, left her hometown in order to pursue her dream, only to end up as a film extra. Well, we don't know what's gonna happen, but yeah, that plot just really called out to me and is already breaking my heart. This second book is a small one. Reader, I Married Him. Stories inspired by Jane Eyre. This is a short story collection from 20 of today's finest women writers who Each took inspiration from this line, and Charlotte Bronte's most beloved novel, Jane Eyre, as the prompt. Oh, alright. So, Reader, I Married Him is a line from Jane Eyre, and this became the prompt of these 20 women writers. Isn't that interesting? Charlotte Bronte is revered by readers all over the world. Her novels featuring unforgettable, strong heroines still resonate with millions today. And this line is one of the most iconic lines in literature. Reader, I married him. Automatic purchase. The final book is the biggest one in this box. Also a very thick book. Oh, okay. It's a very big book. Sanjeev Sahota, I'm pretty sure I'm mispronouncing that. The Year of the Runaways. This is a beautiful book, isn't it? So definitely the sticker says that this is shortlisted for the Man Booker Prize. This is literary fiction, which is one of my favorite genres, of course. It's about 3 young men and 1 unforgettable woman who come together in a journey from India to England, where they hope to begin something new, to support their families, to build their futures, to show their worth, and to escape the past. I am always in the constant pursuit of broadening my horizons, and part of that definitely is reading from as many countries as possible. And I think this is definitely an excellent choice for that. Prior to the pandemic, and I guess now more than ever, books have always been such brilliant passports to traveling in areas of the world that we cannot always set our feet onto. So I am really looking forward to reading this book. So those are the 3 books for this second Big Bad Wolf box. So before we proceed to the final 2 packages that I am going to be unboxing, so I guess this is what's going to be the highlight of this video, which is going to be my announcement for the book giveaway winner. Once again, let me just thank everyone who has participated in this giveaway. I honestly thought that I wouldn't even get a single response, but you guys really came through and really interacted with that video. Thank you so much for all of your awesome responses. Also, one important thing before I announce the winner, I would just like to say that it makes my heart so happy to encounter or interact people who are as passionate about books and reading as I am. So I'm thinking that probably I can think of doing a giveaway monthly. If I happen to read a book that I am really passionate about, something that I really am so impressed with, or something that I really want to force people to read, I may open giveaways every now and then. It depends, but yeah, if you'd like to participate on that, if you'd like to subscribe to my channel to have notifications for it, then go ahead and do so. Thank you. But yeah, thank you so much for indulging my passion for talking about the books that I'm passionate about. And one final thing, I'm about to announce the winners now. Don't worry. I have in fact contemplated giving the prize to everyone who's gonna participate on the giveaway. I have talked about the mechanics, but only 2 people actually participated on that, so I really appreciate you guys' responses, but I'm not sure whether you're really interested in getting a copy of the book because you did not follow the mechanics. So unfortunately, I would really only give the prize to the people who followed the mechanics. So thank you guys for commenting, but I would be sticking with the rules and giving the prize to those who have given me recommendations of Filipino books and Filipino or written by Filipino authors. Alright, so our first winner for this giveaway, congratulations to Daily Catnips. Daily Catnip said, since it's a Dean Francis Alfar book, and I remember you saying how much you like short stories, sorry, I've been a silent subscriber for a couple of weeks now, I would recommend The Kite of Stars and Other Stories by Dean Francis Alfar. It's a collection of speculative short stories that displays Mr. Alfar's writing prowess that I find both simply beautiful yet out of the ordinary. And yes, we have winner number 2. Our second winner is Maricris Flores. Maricris said, there are indeed a lot of books written by our amazing local writers, but I would like to suggest to you The Smaller and Smaller Circle by F.H. Batacan. 3 words to describe it: audacious, happening, and terrifying. Congratulations, Daily Catnips and Maricris Flores. I have my email address down below. Please go ahead and email me. We will be interacting so I could get your information and send you the free copy of Salamanca by Dean Francis Alfar. And again, a massive thank you to everyone who has commented and subscribed and liked that video. Who knows? In the future, there's gonna be more giveaways to come, and I'm looking forward to being friends with you guys and talking more passionately about books. Okay, so now we're moving on to the third package. This is something that I've ordered from ANVIL Publishing. This is actually already, I think, my 3rd time ordering from them. I've always promoted them because I always like the book catalog that they're offering. So right, so the first one is Waking the Dead and Other Stories by Yvette Tan. As always, I'm a sucker for short story collections. You guys already know that. But what's fascinating about this is that it is a blurb by Dean Francis Alfar himself. But anyway, this is a collection of 10 short stories of horror, tragedy, and the things in between. Hence the title. And the very ominous book cover. According to Dean Francis Alfar himself, he says, Tan is a consummate storyteller. Her voice, rich and confident, reassures us for a moment that all is well, before slowly revealing exquisite horrors. Every story in this collection is worth your while, evoking flavors of the Filipino city and countryside, serving to blur the twilight gap between the real and the unseen. And the second book, which should come as no surprise, is The Kite of Stars by Dean Francis Alfar. So, Daily Catnips, yes, like I said, your comment is the nudge that I needed, so I finally bought the book. Maricris, I actually did not buy Smaller and Smaller Circles because I already have a copy of it. I have featured this on one of my old book haul videos. Yeah, I'm looking forward to also reading this sometime this year. Thank you so much for recommending it because I also needed that motivation. So, yes. The recommendations of our 2 giveaway winners. I feel like that giveaway succeeded in a way. Thank you so much, guys, for your recommendations. And now our final package. My goodness, this video is gonna be so long again, wouldn't it? But yeah, anyway, this is from the UP Press, University of the Philippines Press. I am always gonna advocate for supporting Filipino literature, supporting our Filipino writers, and this is the best that I could do for now. I hope you guys would also be inspired to support them. I'm gonna put a link down below to where you can buy these titles. Go ahead and open it. Whew. These books are so tightly packaged. That was such a struggle, but thank you UP Press for wrapping them so carefully. I appreciate that. But yeah. These two are poetry books. For someone who considers poetry as one of her first loves, I feel like I've been neglecting poetry for the last couple of years, so I thought let's go ahead and fix that. I haven't read any poetry book last year. I should be reading poetry this year, right? Of course, there's no better way to remedy that than by supporting the poetry of our Filipino writers. I don't know if you can see because the font is really small, but this is Tuwing Nag-iisa sa Mapa ng Buntong Hininga by Paulo Miguel Tiausas. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but yeah. Don't you think the title already speaks for how great this poetry collection would be? Tuwing Nag-iisa sa Mapa ng Buntong Hininga. That already speaks so much to me. On one of the blurbs at the back of this, here's one that particularly stood out to me. Lumilitaw ang isang tinig na bagamat bata sa kanyang panunodyo, pananariwa at pakikitungo, nananatiling tapat sa diwa ng pakikisalamuha sa mga posibilidad ng isang daigdig na paulit-ulit sinusugatan ang kanyang kamusmusan. The second poetry collection I also bought because of the title, and it also has a very meaningful cover. I don't know, it's just so pretty to me. This is Ilang Sandali Makalipas ang Huling Araw ng Mundo, mga tula ni Regan Romero Maiquez. At the back, one of the reviewers of this book says, "Hindi lungkot, kundi pag-asa, ang hatid ng mga tula ni Regan Romero Maiquez sa koleksyon. Hindi lungkot kundi ang pagnanais na mabuhay o magpatuloy ng buhay, kahit na ang araw-araw ay tila ginagawang katapusan ng mundo para sa mga pangkaraniwan. Higit sa lahat, sinisiwalat ng mga tula rito kung bakit patuloy na humihinga ang mga pangkaraniwan, kung bakit patuloy na bumabangon mula sa pananadlak ng malupit na sistema, kung bakit patuloy na kumakapit kahit sa ilang saglit, mga nakaw, inangkin, binawing sandali, bago at matapos ang iba't ibang bersyon ng pagkagunaw ng mundo." I feel like for a lot of people, poetry always has this connotation of being very sad and depressing and full of angst and, you know, always about heartbreak. Always we refer to poetry as, you know, something out of hugot in the Filipino context. But I really like poetry that also celebrates joys and also talks about happiness, because I don't know, happiness is just so underrated in literature. And I just love it that there are poetry collections like these who talks about hope, you know, things that could cheer us up, because we need that more than ever. I don't know. 2 poetry collections for this year, and I'm probably gonna be buy more Filipino poetry books for the rest of the year. Let's keep supporting them, guys. And these are my Valentine books. I'm truly a happy girl. I don't care about, the standards of the world. I'm a girl with books, so I'm happy. I hope your February has been awesome so far, and I hope you're reading great books. As always, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you on my next ones. Happy Valentine's Day, guys!